And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for the toy news, action figure news of the week that interested me, that hopefully interests you, and we're on the march, the slow march to San Diego Comic-Con, and we got a lot of San Diego Comic-Con news in this very video, as you can imagine, as we're just a couple weeks away, and you guys know I'll be there in San Diego for the Comic-Con with boots on the scene, I guess is what we'll say there, and I'll be going to a lot of the events, a lot of coverage, a lot of videos, just like we did last year as well. So stay tuned to that, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. But should be a good time in San Diego. A lot of exclusives ramping up. I'm almost thinking about doing a video going over everything just for my own mental checklist of what I need to pick up as far as exclusives are at San Diego Comic-Con. We'll see what happens there very, very soon. But right around the corner, a couple weeks away. And this week on the channel, I actually did a top 10 most wanted WWE San Diego Comic-Con video. Might do maybe a G.I. Joe one. I don't know. You guys tell me. But a lot of good stuff. Hopefully going to be seen at San Diego Comic-Con here in a couple of weeks from all the different properties we talk about here on this channel, and maybe some new ones, maybe some surprises. Can't wait to be over there. But of course, before we dive into the toy news, we got to go through some housekeeping. We got a lot of giveaways to talk about this week. Now, first off, it is the normal Patreon giveaway for the month of July. We're in July right now. Monday Night Wars Ultimate Bret Hitman Hart. One Patreon member will win this. So sign up to the Patreon if you want a chance at this. But Patreon not done. Got another giveaway going on. Sign up right now if you're not a Patreon member. Any Patreon tier, any of the tiers that we have, all members of the Patreon will be open to this for July. It is the Monday Night Wars Kevin Nash. I found a lot of pallets of these this week. Was really looking for Series 3. Maybe we'll talk about that in weekly purchases. But found Series 2, and I said, well, what can I do? I'm going to buy some of these, and I'm going to give them away on the channel. So that's what we're doing. We got some giveaways going on. So Bret Hart is a giveaway, of course, the normal monthly giveaway. This one's for all tiers. Anybody that signs up for the Patreon, we will give this one away, so stay tuned to this giveaway as well. So we got Kevin Nash going on. But we're not done with the giveaways. We got a final one that's not Patreon related. Head on over to my X page, Sir Paul64, of course. We're going to give away fake Diesel to everybody. Anybody that wants a part of it. Of course, you have to follow me on X, Sir Paul64. You have to be subbed to this very YouTube channel. What are you doing if you're not? And then you just have to find the post. You have to retweet the post. But of course, in that post, you got to post a picture that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. You can get a bonus entry if you show that you're subbed to Kyle Peterson 2.0. So you can get 2 different entries on this one if you want to. But everybody is open up for this Diesel figure here. So if you're into that kind of thing, head over to my X. Yes, you heard it on the X like a young ZZ Top. And look for this pinned post and then retweet it, do all the stuff, follow the rules, retweet it, post a picture that you are subbed to this channel. Bonus entry if you post your sub to Kyle Peterson 2.0. So a little bit of stuff to do, but somebody can win this one. And then, of course, 2 Patreon members can win this one as well. So a lot of giveaways this month. Hopefully you guys win. Keep fingers crossed for you, something like that. But check out the Patreon, check it out. Check out the Sir Paul64 on the X. So there you go. But now let's get into the news of the week here. And we get a little appetizer before San Diego Comic-Con, apparently, as there's been a little leakage list going out, WWE style this week. And now, are they right? Are they wrong? We don't know yet. Hasn't officially been confirmed. I would imagine San Diego Comic-Con, they'll be confirmed one way or the other. So we're going to talk about it right here, but these did go out and about. The brand new Royal Rumble Elite set. Looks like we've got Hulk Hogan, no stranger to a set, of course, as we do know. We got Diesel, the old Diesel going to come in hot right there. Hurricane, Cody Rhodes, the modern-day Hulk Hogan in a lot of ways. And then to Build-A-Figure Great Khali. A lot of people are saying this is our first ever Khali from Mattel. Well, not really. We had basics in the past. We are getting a Khali here. Have to imagine maybe they'll get some reuse out of an Omos body. We'll be very interested to see that one once again, probably at San Diego Comic-Con. Stay tuned to that. But that is a rumored list. We got some main event rumors. Main event 154. CM Punk, Royal Rumble 2010, apparently. We'll see if that happens. Going a little bit back, main event 151, we got Thea Hale. We referenced that in my top 10 countdown this week. I'm here for Chase U. Give me the U. Get me Andre Chase. Thea Hale is a good step in that direction. So we got her coming. We got RVD. We got Solo. We got Roman Reigns. And then we got Andre Chase, but not that Andre Chase. It's the Andre the Giant. He is going to be a Chase. Apparently, unless it's going to be Andre Chase, I guess it could be. I'm here for it. Give me Andre Chase over Andre the Giant. Has anybody ever said that? Well, here we are. Here we are today. But that is coming. Showdown Series 19. It looks like Cena and The Rock 2-pack. Hulk Hogan, Mean Gene Okerlund. Now, I'm very interested on that one. Could that be Hulk Hogan with Mean Gene when they had that tag team match together? That's what my gut tells me. But it could very simply be an announcer, Mean Gene, interviewing the Hulkster. So, got to be one of those two, you would think. I'm here for either one of those. So that is a really cool 2-pack there. And then CM Punk, Randy Orton. I think we saw that. What was that? What was that event? CM Punk was there and they were talking about it. I don't know. What is time? But it wasn't too long ago. But it looks like it's that one. I think it was like ringside. I don't know. I can't remember. But we did see and we did know that was around the corner. But it looks like that's Showdown 19. And then best of main event, John Cena, Cody, Gunther, Roman Reigns. Pretty much playing all the hits right there, as we do know. But moving away from WWE, moving into AEW. AEW Target exclusive. Apparently this came up on eBay on Friday. Very interesting 2-pack from Full Gear. It is MJF versus Jon Moxley. So very interesting Target getting a 2-pack like this, as they usually don't get these 2-packs, or at least haven't yet. This looks like something we would have normally seen at possibly Amazon, but it's got the Target logo on there. So it looks like this is around the corner. We'll see what happens with this one. A lot of people on the fence on social media, and a lot of people not liking the Moxley head scan on that. We'll just have to see it in person like we usually do. But that 2-pack seemingly around the corner, so stay tuned for that. We did see big rubber guys. You know me, I like my guys big, and I like them full of rubber, and that's what the Major Bendy's big rubber guys are doing. We did get a drop on Thursday this week of the Macho Man Randy Savage, the third variant of Macho Man right here, but this is going to be akin to their version of Top Picks. It's one of those ones that'll always be on the site, always there to be able to be picked up. Little larger quantities than the other editions, and we're probably going to see a couple of those a year in that aspect. And I think that does work. It lets somebody not have to have all the rush and worry about the sellouts. It's just something there that's kind of evergreen, that if somebody wants representation of Macho Man in their collection, they can get this. They don't maybe care about the green one or the orange one. Hey, I'm fine with the pink one. I just want one Macho Man. This is for that person. So I think it's a pretty good, smart business hat idea right there. I'm here for more of that. I'll be interested to see who else gets this treatment in the future. I have to imagine the Road Warriors will. We'll get some color Road Warriors, and they'll always be there. That's an evergreen talent you want out there for people all the time. Going to be very interesting following the Major Bendys and the big rubber guys. Of course, they have a San Diego Comic-Con panel at San Diego Comic-Con. I can't wait for that one there. I can't wait to see what the future holds for these big rubber guys. I just hope they're full of rubber. You guys know me, so we'll see what happens with that. We did see this week KWK coming in hot. They've been a little dormant here. Some amazing figures. We've unboxed PN News and Minotaur on the channel. Minotaur, of course. I really enjoyed both of those. We got more on the way, but it looks like ODP, the first female in their line, is coming, and we saw some prototype grayscale images of those. Look pretty good for what they are. It'll be interesting to see once you get some paint and some color on them, how they turn out. But I'm really liking what we've had so far. I imagine it will continue with ODB as well. And that's it for wrestling. I'm looking at it, that's it for wrestling. But now we got to turn our attention to one of the worst properties of all time. Yes, I did say it. NECA coming out with their version of kind of toony terrors. I guess it's not necessarily terror, unless maybe it's me. We're talking Bert and Ernie's Sesame Street. It's going to be in the toony terror style figure. Not necessarily terror, but to me it is. Because Sesame Street, man, talk about putting needles in my eyeballs is what that was as a little kid. I've told you before, I was not a Mr. Rogers. I was not a Sesame Street guy. I had zero time for that. I was not about that. I remember my grandma saying, oh, why don't you watch Sesame Street? I don't want to watch these puppets. I don't like them. I just not a Sesame Street guy at all. Just never ever did anything to me. Just like Mr. Rogers as well. What? Oh, Mark Summers on the couch piping in. What? You're a big pinwheel guy? Oh, he loved the pinwheel. You probably like Eureka's Castle as well. Oh, he loves Eureka's Castle. I hate those shows too, Mark. I hated both of those. I apparently don't like puppets unless... Mark, this is a deep cut. Mark and I really bonded on our Nickelodeon love. Obviously, him being on Nickelodeon. But you remember today's special? What? You dated Jody? No way. No way. Hocus pocus, alamagocus, indeed. There's no way you dated Jody. I bet you dated Muffy the rat. I bet that's who you dated. Or maybe Sam Crenshaw. Hey, nobody's judging here. Nobody's judging. But shout out to today's special. Now that's a show. But Pinwheel, spinning around. Get that out of here. Eureka's Castle, get that out of here. And definitely get Sesame Street out of here. Not for me. But we are getting Sesame Street from NECA. If that's your thing, hey, jump in. It's just not going to be my thing. Don't look to see any Sesame Street stuff on the channel unless somebody pulls a fast one on me and a sick joke. Maybe then. I don't know. We'll see. But now going to San Diego Comic-Con again, we got another exclusive. We got Mondo coming in hot with a Cyclops. We just recently ordered a Cyclops. Now we get that kind of classic X Factor video game costume. Makes sense for a Mondo as far as San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I'm here for that. I'm going to pick it up. I'm adding it to that long laundry list of things I'm going to be purchasing at San Diego Comic-Con. But it's a pretty wild one. I don't know what I was hoping for. I guess I never really got my thoughts together. But this isn't bad, but I do not have that Wolverine in the brown suit that matches this. Might have to try to track that one down or keep my fingers crossed for a re-release on that one in the future. We'll see what happens there. But now we turn our attention to Todd McFarlane. Oh my gosh, Todd McFarlane. I catch him. Todd, I bet you're excited for some figures for San Diego Comic-Con. Oh, he was just doing this, but he was doing it with his toes, as he usually does. A power move from the couch. Todd says he's got so many surprises, it's going to make our heads spin like The Exorcist. That's what he said. Yeah, I'm putting you down for that. I can't wait to see this. I did RSVP. I did get confirmed to be your guest for your special soiree, so I am very appreciative to be invited to that. Hopefully we can really hash it all out. It's hard hashing it out from here to the couch, but right there in person we can get after that. It'd be great to see you. Mark Summers, you going to be there? No, Mark Summers not coming to San Diego Comic-Con. Do not look for Mark Summers. Look for me and Todd running around, but not Mark. What? Mark says he already has the greatest figure of all time. You want to show everybody? Mark says he wants to show everybody his favorite figure of all time. Okay, Mark, show us.
Obsessive compulsive action figure. And on the back here it says famous obsessive compulsives, and it's got Woody Allen, Howard Hughes, and then Mark Summers.
Well, there it is. That's Mark Summers and his favorite toy of all time. Mark, I'm going to say, and I think I'm going to speak for everybody watching today, that Mark, as far as people with OCD goes, you're our favorite. You're our favorite. Keep that Broadway one-man show going. We're here for it. Everybody, shout out to Mark Summers. Shout out to Mark Summers and his action figure collection as well. But Todd, time to talk about some stuff Todd McFarlane announced this week. Of course, Batman. Yeah, you love Batman. I get it. I get it. Of course, we talked last week about a lot of stuff. Adam West, a lot of that stuff went for pre-order this week. Very good stuff. But we get even more this week. Even more this week. Batman keeps coming as we got Dick Grayson Batman around the corner. Very interesting. Of course, Dick Grayson all over the place. There's just too much Dick to go around sometimes. And Dick Grayson as Batman is the latest Dick we got going on. Don't forget Batman, Superman, Fusion. Oh, we're fusing them together. When are we going to get an amalgam? Remember that Marvel DC crossover? Like it was yesterday is what Todd said. I remember that in the 90s. I was here for it. Let's get Batman and Wolverine. Let's get that amalgamation going together. Let's get those figures from McFarlane or Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends, maybe. Who knows? No, not anytime soon. Wait, stay tuned to San Diego Comic-Con. Todd McFarlane playing jokes with my heart. Quit playing games with my heart is what you need to stop doing over there. But we do got some more Batmans coming. No surprise there. But we do got some more McFarlane statues. Is he doing Marvel statues? Of course, Todd loves his comic art. We know that. We got Spider-Man. We got Wolverine. We got Deadpool. We got Iron Man. And they are, of course, statues. Look pretty cool. Probably not going to be for me. You can't get everything, Todd. I just can't do it. There's not enough finances to go around for things like this. And there's not room for it in my collection. I got Cosmic Legions to display. I'm overloaded in Cosmic Legions as of late. These deals are getting me. They're getting me. More on that tomorrow on Weekly Purchases. But these statues are around the corner. So if they're for you, hey, pick them up. And Todd, I got to say, you usually do a pretty good job with these statues. So looking forward to seeing these in person, hopefully at San Diego Comic-Con in a couple of weeks. I've been moving on away from you, Todd. Sorry, we're moving on, Todd. Moving on. Closing the book. Next chapter, next page. We got to keep going. Last Ronin back with a vengeance. We've done some of the Last Ronin unboxings on Kyle Peterson 2.0 this week. Check out those two Walmart exclusives, temporary exclusives, whatever you want to call them. We unboxed those on the channel, Kyle Peterson 2.0 this week. Check it out. Very underrated channel. A lot of Todd and Mark over there. So if you don't like Todd and Mark, you might not like that channel. But they're over there. They're over there. But the Last Ronin accessory pack this week. We've seen that before with the Turtle franchises, be it cartoon or movie. Well, now we're getting a Last Ronin accessory pack. And to me, I looked at it, I'm like, I don't remember any of this stuff. I read this book like 2 years ago, and apparently I've forgotten everything about it, because all these accessories, while they look cool, they don't jog my memory like I should. So maybe I got to reread the story one more time. I don't know. But we do get an accessory pack around the corner. We also did see a naked Last Ronin. Oh, going really hot. I wish that was you, Todd. We could really quiz you on it. But NECA going all in on a Last Ronin naked character. And you know what I mean. It's basically a naked Ninja Turtle is what it is. Let's call it like I see it, you know. But we do got that coming. So we continue on with the Last Ronin line. It never ends. It's truly never going to be the Last Ronin. There's always going to be another figure around the corner. So we got those coming. Have to imagine we're going to see those at San Diego Comic-Con. And then we're going to close off the toy news, a fairly mild week, all things considered. Like I said, San Diego Comic-Con 2 weeks away. What is time? Something like that. We're going to have so much news. We're going to have 10 different news videos is what we're going to end up doing. But we did see Super 7, and Super 7's got a lot of surprises. We talked last week about some of the exclusives. We got some more exclusives announced this week, and we talked about it, mentioned it last week. There's going to be apparently a pizza restaurant in San Diego, and I love a good pizza. I actually had that tavern-style Pizza Hut pizza this week. Yes, it's true, and it was pretty good. I got to say, all things considered, it being Pizza Hut, but I actually enjoyed that pizza. I also tried that Deadpool Wolverine pizza this week. That's by DiGiorno. I tried a couple of those. So a pizza week always around these parts here. But there's going to be a Turtle pop-up pizzeria for Mikey, San Diego Comic-Con. I think it's just that Thursday somewhere. I am definitely going to try to hit that up. Try to grab a slice, of course. And I'm sure they're going to have wacky like anchovy and marshmallows, things like that on the pizza. You know, it's going to be on brand with Michelangelo, of course. But we did see some announcements, some official announcements of some exclusives. And one of them we saw months ago and now officially announced. It's Pizza Time Mikey. It's basically to go along with the restaurant, but it is a Ninja Turtle Mikey reused with the chef pizza stuff, the hat, the box, all that kind of rigmarole. Definitely a pickup for me. I love the Turtles. I enjoy the Super 7 Turtle line. I love pizza. Dare I say, playing all the hits. It could be right there. So we got that coming. We did see the glow-in-the-dark, and you know me, I'm a sucker for glow-in-the-dark. I'm going to have this closet right here in front of me eventually. It's going to be all glow-in-the-dark figures, and it's going to be brighter than the sun. I'm just going to evaporate when I walk into that room because there's going to be so many glow-in-the-dark figures in there at this point. But we did see Scumbug, getting the most out of your molds once again. Scumbug coming out glow-in-the-dark edition. And then the biggest news I really do think of the week right here, and the one that really kind of made my jaw drop and heart stop at the same time simultaneously. Luckily, I'm still alive to talk about it here in this video. Super 7 Mikey Turtle Pizza Delivery Van, whatever you want to call it. It's basically the Super 7 Ultimate Turtle Party Wagon, but redone. So we got a new color scheme to it, a lot of the same stuff, obviously getting the most out of your molds. But man, I did not see that coming out of left field. That is a very expensive San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I mean, you're looking at like $450, $500. What is time? What is money? I don't know. What is pizza? That's going to be expensive, and I want it just because I love pizza. I love the idea of it all, but man, that's a hefty chunk of change when we got so many other San Diego Comic-Con exclusives at the same time, plus normal stuff hitting. I don't know if that's in my budget. I don't know if that's in a lot of people's budget, but I guess there's people out there that's all they're collecting is the Super 7 Turtles, or maybe just a couple of things. It's in their budget, but I would love to know how many of these they're making. Apparently, a lot of this stuff will be on the Super 7 website after San Diego Comic-Con. I think that is very smart because I don't think you're going to sell all those wagons, all those party wagons at the event. It's such a big item to have to carry that around. I don't see that happening unless you live in San Diego or something. I mean, I don't think I'm going to buy it there because I got to ship it. I either have to ship it home or I have to lug it home through the airport. That's not going to work. So if I do buy it, I'm going to tempt fate after San Diego Comic-Con and put my order then. That's the only way I'm going to be able to do that, I think. But man, that's a steep task there. It's interesting, but man, it's on brand for Super 7. Go big or go home, and that's what they're doing with Mikey's pizza shop there. So that's going to be a very interesting event all around. I just hope I can get in. It's limited hours, so it could be one of those things, the line's out the door and say, well, wasn't for me. Wasn't for me. I'm going to go to this pizza shop around the corner instead. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But that's the San Diego Comic-Con. That's the toy news of the week. Now we got to turn our attention to the album of the week. All right, album of the week time. And album of the week this week is really a transitional album, an album that changed my life forever. And a lot of people say that, but this one really did change the trajectory of my musical tastes, I guess, forever. Forever. back in 5th grade. And what are we talking about? We're talking about Faith No More. We're talking about The Real Thing. Good friend of the channel, Mike Patton, who I did get to meet with Mr. Bungle and hang backstage when I think I was 18 or 19 years old. I reached out to Mike Patton's manager saying, I'm going to the show in Omaha. I'm real excited. And he said, you're going there. Could you do Mike a favor? And I said, sure, I could. And I went to the Toys R Us and I bought Mike Patton Mario Golf, I think it was. No, it was Mario Golf, I think it was, for Game Boy, the original Game Boy back in the day. And I just had to go back, and Mike Patton paid me the money for it, and, you know, got my picture with him, got to talk with him and hang out with the band as they bowled. This was at the Ranch Bowl in Omaha back in the day. Shout out to the Ranch Bowl. But Faith No More was one of the truly most influential bands ever in my history of fandom. And The Real Thing came out, like I said, when I was, I think, 5th grade, maybe even late 4th grade. But, of course, the song Epic changed the world as we know it. Oh, that poor fish. That poor fish. And then Falling to Pieces, Underwater Love, Surprise You're Dead, and, of course, one song known as War Pigs by the Riffmeister, of course, Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath. That was the first time I ever heard War Pigs. I thought it was a Faith No More song. Then I'm reading these liner notes, and I'm like, cover of Black Sabbath? What's this Black Sabbath? I better check out Black Sabbath. So what did I do? I checked out Black Sabbath. I got into Black Sabbath. Then what happened? Oh, who's this Judas Priest band? Checked out Judas Priest. Well, you can't have Priest without the Maiden. You check out the Maiden. You lead into some Motorhead. You lead into the Anthrax and all the thrash metal, everything else, the Metallicas of the world. Next thing I knew, I've been on the metal trail ever since then. There's other genres I love. I love my Beatles and McCartney and Harrison. I love the Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton's. I love a lot of stuff out of there. But metal's always been my genre, and this is the one that really set me on that path in life. So very, very cool. We've all had those albums somewhere along the line that changed our life, and it's been maybe a year or two since I listened to The Real Thing. I usually go to Angel Dust or King for a Day when I do want to go to Faith No More as of lately. I don't know. Angel Dust, I think, is their opus at the end. But there was something special about listening to The Real Thing this week. It really brought me back. And it is truly the album of the week this week. So there it is. That's the album of the week. What's your album of the week? Put it in the comments down below. Be interested to hear on that. And let me know your thoughts on all the toy news this week. What are you amped up for San Diego Comic-Con? Let me know in the comments as well. And don't forget about the 3 giveaways this month. Giving back here on the channel this month. So check out that, follow the rules, all that kind of fun stuff. More on that here in the next couple of weeks, but be ready. Next week, we will announce the winner for that diesel. That's the one on, of course, the X3 each week and all that. We'll announce it next weekend on the channel, so get your stuff in. Get your stuff in. There you go. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel or my other YouTube channel. Don't forget the Patreon, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget social media. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for another toy news of the week, you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another weekend.